Hi, I'm Ranee Jones, and this is Beauty for Ashes. This is a three-part series, and just to do a really quick recap, in part one, we talked about silence as it relates to victimization, victims of child abuse. In segment two, we talked about silence as it relates to survivors of child abuse. And then in segment three today, we are going to talk about silence as it relates to mothers who know their children are being abused. It's going to be good, so stay with me. So now, what we're talking about specifically is mothers who know their daughters are being sexually abused and do absolutely nothing about it. Okay? So, why do mothers do this? Why? Why in the world would a mother do this? Well, there are a number of reasons why. But some of the reasons I'm going to share with you today are these. Some mothers have to have a man. Okay? Let's just put it out there. Some women cannot live if they do not have a man. Some women feel like they don't even qualify as a bona fide woman if they are not connected with a pair of pants. Do you hear me? Okay? My grandmother used to call them a pair of pants because they were not men. She said they didn't qualify as men. All right? And so she said there's a lot of little boys running around out here. And so my thing is these men they are sick. Okay? They have problems themselves, and they are probably victims of child abuse themselves. All right? And they have never dealt with it. It has never been addressed. We all know that men have a difficult time feeling weak or vulnerable. And when they admit they have a problem, just like many people who have egos, but primarily men in this instance, when they have to admit that there's a problem, then that's to them is admitting that they are weak. And so rather than addressing the child abuse they have sustained, they don't, and then they go on to hurt other people. Okay? So here's why mothers don't do it. They don't do anything about the abuse when they know their children is being hurt. Another reason is because, like I say, they can't live without this man. Some women get attached to one man, and I'm telling you, she acts as if that's the only man on planet Earth. Okay? She cannot live without this one particular man. And so she will fight other women. She will brawl in the streets. She will act in ways that where she ought to be humiliated, okay, behind her own behavior. But instead, she is not humiliated at all. It does not bother her as long as she gets to go home with that man, okay? As long as he comes back to her, she does not care how it makes her look, okay? And so that is a dangerous situation, okay, ladies? I need you to hear this. I need you to hear this because the majority of perpetrators, all right, of sexual abuse and abuse of any kind against our children or upon our children come into our children's lives by way of us. We are the vehicle that brings these abusers into our children's lives. It's recorded, it's documented, okay? And so the bottom line is when you are in a relationship with a man and he knows he can run roughshod, he knows that he can run the gambit, he can do whatever he wants to do. There is nothing he can do that will make you leave him. You are setting your children up for a fall. You are setting them up for danger. You understand what I'm saying, Mom? All right? Because he knows if he molests your daughter, if he sexually abuses your daughter, or your son, any of your children, you're not going to do anything about it. You're still going to be there. And guess what else? He's willing to push the envelope. He's willing to push the envelope and just see how far he can push it. And just see if he's right about him being able to do whatever he wants to do and you not leaving him. I need you to know, moms, we need to do everything in balance. That is a relationship that is out of balance by a long shot. Okay? And so when we don't do things in balance, And when we don't do things decent and in order, the Bible talks about, the Bible is my final authority. I don't know about you, but when the Bible talks about God doing everything decent and in order, and that God likes things to be in balance, there's a reason for that. All right. And in this case, you need to do that, because when you get out of whack, you're opening the door then for hurt, harm, and danger to enter into your inner circle and to harm your children, to access your children and to do them harm. Okay? Understand that. It is imperative. It is absolutely imperative that you do whatever is necessary to make sure, to ensure your children's safety. And that includes letting that man go. That includes kicking him out. If he won't go, when you say you let him go, then you need to put him out. And then if he won't go, then you need to figure out a way for you and your children to go safely. But to allow somebody to continue to sexually abuse your daughter, come on, man. That's not the way. Okay? Another thing is this. Mothers feel like that man is some sort of an emotional support for them, and they would lose that support person. Mothers feel like they would face failure, especially if it's a situation where there's a marriage between the mom and this man, her partner, whomever is molesting or sexually abusing her child. The mother feels like then she's having to face the fact that her marriage failed, her relationship failed. She's having to face the fact that her family, everything she's worked so hard to build, this relationship and this family, it is now all a failure. It's a flop, and it's a direct reflection in her mind on her, and she's probably thinking that everybody else is going to say so too. Okay, because it happens. And another reason is because this man, and we know this one all too well, but the man is the financial support in the house. He's the breadwinner. Most men make more money than women because men are paid more than women. We know that. Okay. And so what ends up happening is the man makes the majority of the money, or he makes all of the money. And the mother does not feel like she can adequately get out or leave the house, she and her children, and she doesn't feel like she can take care of the children, support the children financially. Okay. And so for those reasons, she stays. Or she doesn't feel like, I can support me and my children on the level that he supports us on. I mean, it's awfully wonderful to drive around in this luxurious Lexus, and it's wonderful that I can wear, couture clothing, and I can, and I have friends and we do tea and blah, 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 and my children go to private schools and da, 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 and all of the, the swimming and tennis and, golf and blah, blah, blah that my kids get to play and cheerleading and whatever else. And so if we leave, we can't continue to live this quality of life, surely. So then, Mom, you're going to put financial status above your children's health and welfare and safety. I need you all to know this, mothers, okay? I need you all to know this. The law is in place to where now mothers who silently condone abuse of their children by their partners, so that you will serve time in prison, so that you will be prosecuted, okay? You can serve time in prison because you will be prosecuted in the courts of law for doing nothing, for failing to protect your children when it comes to the abusive partners you bring into their lives. For yourself, for your personal benefit. Understand that. It's real and it's happening all across the United States. I think it's Smith versus the state of Indiana. Look it up. I think it is. But yeah, it's happening. It's real. Okay? So understand that. Understand that you are responsible to God Almighty for taking care of and protecting your children, and you are responsible per the law. You are. All right? And the laws are written so liberally and so generally now until, the laws are able to include you, mom, knowing mom. Okay? in the court system. So doing nothing may be very detrimental to you in the end, since all you seem to be worried about is yourself. Okay? Because when you do nothing, because you don't want to be inconvenienced, and because you don't want to be made uncomfortable, all you are thinking about is yourself. You are certainly not thinking about your children. Okay? And so then the other thing is this, all right? I understand that you say, you know, what can we look out for then? Okay? You're telling us about the laws, all right? And you're telling us about, you know, why moms do it. But what then can we look out for to prevent this from happening in our homes? Well, these are some of the signs, moms. Bottom line is, you can look out for if this man, if it's a small child, if he wants to sleep near her. Okay? Why? Or him. Why? And I said daughters, but I mean all children, quite honestly, because I'm an advocate for all children. But I'm just using daughters right now because I'm really preparing this video for Wise Women Slay, and it is a women's group. So women, daughters, okay? So, but anyways, he wants to sleep near that child. Why? Okay? What is going on there? Or, you know, she's an older child, maybe she's an older child, and he is positioning himself so that, you know, he falls asleep conveniently on the sofa. So you come in, you know, a little later and you say, you know, jolt him a little bit, shake him a little bit, babe, you know, are you coming to bed? You know, come on, it's time to go to bed now. He's like, oh, no, I'll be in a little later. You go off to bed, he goes in your daughter's room. You say, why would you say that? Because that's what they do, Mom. That's what they do. He conveniently went to sleep on the sofa so that when he moves about, you are none the wiser. But he's doing it right under your nose. Right under your nose. Okay? My grandmother used to say all the time, if somebody wants to get something done, baby, you might as well get out of the way because they're going to get it done. All right? If somebody wants to get something done, they're going to do it. And the only way they can't do it is if you don't afford them access to your children. If they are no longer in your children's environment. It is your children's environment. You are responsible for providing a safe environment for each and every one of your children. We also know that these predators, they will sometimes target one or a number of children specifically, and maybe not all of them. And then some abusers target all of the children. Okay? But one child targeted, one child at risk, one child in jeopardy, one child being abused is far too many. One is far too many. So I'm saying, keep your eyes open, your ears peeled, and don't act like you can afford to live in La La Land, because you can't. Your children are at stake. My mother said nothing. It almost destroyed me. Understand that. So, you know, he may also decide that he wants to be really handsy with her. Okay? He may decide that he wants to play and just horse around and have a good time. We're having fun. We're playing around. So he's over there, you know, doing whatever he's doing, but he's actually, what he's doing is he's touching her everywhere. And what he's doing is he is grooming her. And he may even do it right in front of you, Mom. My stepfather did. Why? Because he's sending signals to your child. He's rewiring her brain about safety and about boundaries. And what he's doing is he's making her believe that he's doing this in front of you, so it's got to be okay. He's doing this in front of you, so you can't do anything to protect her. He's doing this in front of you, so you're not going to do anything to protect her. And he's making her think he's doing this in front of you, so it's okay for her to be violated. It's okay for him to go ahead and to do this. And for her to allow it to happen. This is all normal. It's all okay. So he's trying to normalize all of it. Been there, done that. All right. So these are some of the signs you can watch out for. It's family time. We're on vacation. We're all at the pool or whatever. It's a weekend or whatever. And she's got her swimsuit on. He picks her up by the crotch. What? I mean, these are all red flags. These are all flags. They're all, you've got to, these flags, these signs are causes for investigation, Mom. You need to investigate, and you need to follow up, and you need to stay on it until you find out one way or another what is going on here. Is there something going on? Is there something happening here that I need to be aware of? What is happening? You need to check with your daughter. My mother never even asked me, am I okay? You know why? She didn't need to, because she knew what was going on. She knew what was going on. And so do most of you. So do you ladies. I'm just convinced, So, but here's the thing. I'm out of time, as usual. And I could keep talking, but I am out of time. And I want to. But the thing is this. Take care of yourselves. And more than anything, take care of your children. Take care of your children. They are counting on you.